About 5 years ago, we done Nuttah 25, me and Shai.
I'm going to talk, yeah, so original Nuttah 25,
That's a whole
25 years
different
with
team.
Idris Elba comes out.
Yeah.
How did you work something there then? Because
So
it's 25 years now.
the weirdest thing about it, when, you know what happened when I left the music scene, right? When I left it, really, at the stage where my mum had diabetes,
Right,
and basically she found out she got cancer.
right.
So they gave her 3 months to live, but she lived for 1 year. I left the game totally then, every bit of music. I had so many gigs. I just come back from a gig in Holland.
What year was this?
So my mum died in 2009.
Right.
So this is 2008.
Mm.
I left the scene properly. I was just performing Nuttah at that time and doing some drum and bass tracks here and there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I was working before that with a band as well, Bad Marsh and Shree.
Right.
And we was doing the band thing,
Yeah.
which was great. But it wasn't UK Apache, it was just Bad Marsh and Shree featuring UK Apache. We
Yeah.
had some big hits.
Yeah.
But like Signs and Get Up, big songs. I mean, great time. Touring the world. We've done many gigs. It was cool. And one of the tracks of the track Signs got remixed into drum and bass.
Right.
And they used a little vocal by a guy called Calabar.
Right.
And he took a bit of my rap, and this tune was getting played everywhere in the drum and bass. So
Yeah.
now people hear my voice again, with this. Not still there, but Jungle's gone down.
Yeah.
But the scene, when I say gone down, it's not commercial, of course, but it's still getting, you know. So my voice is getting played through this track. I'm just doing these performances with this band, and then we come to an end. And I go back into the drum and bass scene, start working with a guy called DJ Fantasy, big up.
Come on, Fantasy.
You know, he's the one who created SAS. And
Yeah.
so me and him have been working.
What's this? How long is this recent? More recent?
No, this is before SAS.
Right.
And we were working just after I left Bad Marsh and Shree. We worked many gigs.
So you left the industry and then you come back in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then in 2008, my mum found out she got cancer. And the last gig I did before I left the scene again to look after my mum was in Poland. And that Polish promoter gave me so many gigs, but I just ignored him. I didn't even contact him because my mum, when I found my mum had cancer, I said, right, I got to look after my mum. I don't care.
Of course.
And I looked after my mum from the beginning to the end. And she died in my hands. May Allah bless her soul. I mean. And I looked after, done everything that I needed to do, as a carer, as a son. I haven't said to my mum, if I've hurt you in any way, if I've done anything wrong, which everybody does, do you forgive me? She said, I forgive you, son. That was great. So I looked after her, and then she died by Allah's will, because kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut, thumma ilayna turja'un. Every soul will taste death in the Quran, and unto us is your return. So we all got to die. Doesn't matter who you think you are. So I know that we all got to die. But obviously when your mum dies, and I'm a single child, anybody's mum, to me, my mum, she was the light. No woman's better than her. So we should always honour our mothers and fathers the best we can, no matter what they do. It doesn't matter. You can't repay them. And then my grandmother was left. And I looked after my grandmother next. My grandmother was a different type of woman. Yeah, I looked after her for 12 years by myself. And that was very difficult. My mum was difficult, but I know God was preparing me for something else. Because I wouldn't put my grandmother or my mum in a care home.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes my grandmother would go in a care home for when I take a rest. But she was with me. I looked after her, my hands, washed her, cleaned her, fed her, gave her medicines. She went mad as well. She had dementia. It was very difficult. Near the end of that time, I was finding it hard to look after her by myself. I was doing a 5 people's job. It was mad. Most of my family, all my family, they left. They couldn't help me. They had their reasons. They couldn't help me. I said, I'm going to have to do it myself. So I've done it all myself, everything. And at the end, it was getting very, very difficult. I needed more money to get more help because the council don't help you enough. So for the only way I can do that, I've got to go back in the scene. Can you imagine? I've left the scene. I've done all talks, Islamic talks with the youth, getting hassled by the police, by the MI5, by everybody. I'm getting stopped.
Yeah, I'm going to come with a
all
Islam.
that madness. There's a lot to talk about. So I'm trying to rush it through.
No.
Okay. So yeah. So I've said, right, I need to get back into the game. But at that time, when I go back into the game, it's 25 years of original. It just dropped like that.
Original,
It was God's will.
Yeah.
I spoke to Shai. He goes, yeah, we'll do something. He goes, okay, we'll get the remix done as well. I said, cool. He said, okay.
Chasing Status remix, right?
Yeah, this time Chasing Status remix was already being done, and I didn't even know, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, because I know there's some dubs that was getting played.
Yeah.
But Shai said you can re-vocal the original again. Because okay, I'm gonna try. Went to the studio, squeezed my balls.
I said, squeeze my balls, you know.
Get to that pitch, brother.
But it sounds just like the original.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it does. But it was an effort. It wasn't simple. Because the original was done at a time with a certain type of flows, certain type of...
Can I just ask, why is the original not on Spotify or on kind of YouTube? Is it just because of these ongoing battles?
Yeah.
As far as you're
had to
aware?
get taken down.
Why? Oh, what, with Shy Effects and like, because you're out of the picture, right?
Yeah, had to get taken down, yeah.
Right.
Shy took it down. Shy had his business, by this time and now, Shy's got his business locked down.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was going to say this one before, his family already in music business.
Yeah.
You know, his dad was a famous singer in reggae.
Okay.
Who's his
dad?
I can't remember, a famous reggae singer.
Okay.
I mean, I only found this out later. Well, my family weren't in the music business. They were in other business.
Yeah.
So I didn't have nobody really, you know what I mean? He probably
guide
had
you,
yeah. His mum knew about the business, but you know, he's raised in that.
Yeah.
And he studied music business.
Yeah.
That's why he was in sound in the first place. He was on a work experience.
Yeah. But then to
mad.
do the 25 years, do you get some money from that now?
Yes.
Oh, you do? So you got there's like a re-vocal thing in it, like a cover. Is it a cover then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I get money when I perform.
No, but I'm saying the actual song, like,
no,
it's classified as a cover.
Yeah, it's a cover, but it's redone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a re-vocal.
Yeah, so if
but
you
I get money from like performing.
Okay, but you don't get the rights to that 25.
Well, it goes into the pot in it of the.
What pot? Whose pot? There's the pot that's.
It goes into dispute.
Into a dispute pot that's still not resolved. So there's a lot of money sitting in a pot somewhere.
Some of it, most of it goes there. Yeah.
So there's a pot right now with a lot of money in it that just arguments.
I don't know how much it is, but there's an amount.
And you've got none of it so far.
No.
Wow. And it's just sitting there. And then Idris
Elba. I'm trying my best. Shy knew a link through Idris Elba. I've never met him yet.
Yeah.
And funny enough, he even played Nelson Mandela in his autobiography.
Right. Yes.
And he's never met me. Mad.
So Idris Elba does the thing that comes.
Which to be honest, I don't know if I wanted Idris Elba at the beginning because
But I'm guessing the Goodfella sample's so big you can't be used, or maybe there's a lot of money to be given out when you don't need to. Do you know what I'm saying?
True. No, I respect what he done. It sound good.
It does sound good.
But nothing can't test.
Well, because it's a moment in time.
It's a moment in time.
But the Goodfellas.
I mean, if I perform now, I walk on with the original.
Okay. But everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
It's not just that. It's the words.
But it's
you see what Idris Elba said, right? He said, sorry to cut you. He said, you know what I mean?
When I go in the dance, the bouncers don't frisk me. You know why? It's out of respect.
But when you say, one day some of the kids in the neighborhood. And I remember the film, obviously.
But you've got to understand. You've got a 25-year head start, bro. 100%. So if you play that in the dance, before you even walk out, everybody knows what's about to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but even now, they're
both bad. I perform with both of them. I've done PAs with both of them.
Let me just talk about PAs.
When I re-vocaled, I done a new intro. I mean, changed a few of the words. Everlasting name.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
To show that this is everlasting name. I mean.
Yeah. So all right, mate. Stop gassing. Yeah. People them blasting, everlasting. Hey, I'll smash my own studio. No, yeah.